Malo me la Maria hoiki, ke Tonga mo i vulang kotoa, mo mi mai ki he polo kalama ko ia ai Tonga World News i he whiawhini. O mau broadcast whakahanga tona tu pe me Seattle, Washington i he whiawhini, pe o mau tātalere ak mo toru. Ko a Brenda ko ngaika pe he whoki o mau whatahen po Dr. Ray Abraham i Tonga Eiki. Pe whoki kia Emeline wha umuni dei o ma whakahoko whatongi atu loa me Seattle. Ko ia te tuangi mini koniga Emeline ke ni hanga o whakahoko atu e tau polokalama ko ia koko maro.
Hey, it's Vaughn from the Gospel University. Listen, are you tired of playing hymns and singing amongst the Tongan people? He's due in no small part
to the genius of Dr. Egan Moulton. The standard and quality of his composition, translation, and interpretation of the hymns has never been equal. It is not possible to do justice to Moulton's work if one doesn't understand the Tongan language. However, it is hoped that this hymn festival can give you a feel of that lasting influence on the lives of those who sing these sacred songs. The first one is that well-known hymn, the popular one of Charles Wesley, when he wrote it at the first anniversary of his conversion. Oh, for 1,000 tongues to sing my great Redeemer's praise to the tune Lingam.
Malo lang bali Hawaii pe malo lele Tonga koto mo me mai ki proclama kana Tonga World News Network FF ni ko fia fi foken ko ahua valu ene o February ai mata me fa February wa valu a like foke maas Tonga bang tau ke fia ke tau kau ni pe mo Dr. Ray from Tonga kene mai ngai update ma tau to ngai me ko ko Tonga but then I'll close and I don't know, get Dr. Ray. Welcome, Dr. Ray. Give us the update on what's going on in Tonga right now.
So we have raining from yesterday, heavy raining so far, and you can see the road and the cloud and the raining. So this one. Number two now, I'm wearing uh, that vaccination card with all my details because now if you need to go to anywhere, you have to show your vaccine card. So
Wow.
if you go to the shop, if you go to the bank, if you go to the Western Union, if you go to anywhere, you have to show them your vaccination card. If you don't show them vaccination card, forget about it. You will not go in, even
Wow.
the supermarket.
Wow.
Can you
Did
hear
you
me?
expect that to be Tonga now, Brenda? So I'm glad I don't
Yeah.
live in Tonga right now.
So
I'm glad I live in America.
everyone now holding his vaccination card.
Mm, you
But
know,
some areas, if you just have one shot, you are not allowed to go in. You need to go
really.
and have the COVID test that you are negative. But please, like some areas, you need to have the two shot and in your vaccine. Otherwise, you need to go and do the PCR that you are negative.
And they want you to have another
So
third one, a booster?
no, the booster for me should be in June, 6 months after the second shot. But the majority, you need to have the two shot. If
Wow.
you have one shot, some places accept it. Some places they ask you to go and do the COVID test, that the PCR, that you are negative.
Yeah,
That's
Dr.
the
Ray, Dr.
yeah
Ray, this is not what I expect from a country that is free. What we talk about this, that the vaccine is not gonna cure the people. It's gonna only prevent, and they should give the choices to the people to live free, what they want to put into their body. I'm surprised no one stood up for this kind of, for me, it's, dictatorship, so but that's the country of Tonga, that's their choice, but at the same time I'm surprised no one stood up for this kind of uh, you know uh, thing, but that's surprising for me. I didn't even know Tonga is in that situation right now. Brenda, unmute yourself. You want to talk, please?
I want to hear the last part, Dr. Ray. You have to show the card at every place you're gonna go, right?
Yes, that's what he said. But he said there are places, if you don't show two shots, then they're gonna send you to do PCR. But then I asked Fefele about booster, but he said booster is coming in June. So that's really surprised me for Tonga to be this situation.
yeah. And even now, if you are the lawyer and you're not vaccinated, that's forget about. You need, because the court will not allow even lawyers not vaccinated or lawyer have one shot to go inside the courtroom. So they must have two shots. If it's one shot, they must go every time to the court to show the the PCR test it's negative till they have the second shot.
Brenda, please unmute yourself, Brenda. I wanted to say something, Dr. Ray, because I have a mother from New Zealand. I was talking to her today. Her frustration because her 17-year-old is not going to get a job yet because she was exposed. I mean, she did not have the COVID, but because she was exposed, they're not letting her go to her job, and she was so not happy with that, and the daughter is very frustrated with that, because of all this lockdown and things. I think to me, it's damaging to our young people, very damaging to our young people because of it look like their childhood or their young adult life is stolen away from them because of this. For me, dictatorship. I mean, they need to look at the people. I mean, Tonga were given freedom, since 1875. But for me, personal responsibility has to be given to the people and let them make the choice if they want to have vaccination or not.
I, Here it's not about like if you're not vaccinated, you can't work in the government job. Like you can't continue.
Right.
And on top of that, if you are sick and you need to be in the hospital and you are not vaccinated, they will not accept you in the hospital. So whatever your sickness, if you have a stroke, if you have whatever, if you are not vaccinated, you will not be allowed to be in the hospital for a treatment.
So what's the hospital for? Is it for the sick or for the COVID only?
Well, the hospital now do the service for only vaccinated people.
Oh my goodness.
So if you are vaccinated, if you're not vaccinated and you get sick for any different disease, bad luck.
Oh my
They
goodness.
will not accept you in the hospital.
The hospital used to be for the sick, but I tell you, I'm not happy to hear this stuff from Tonga because Tonga is a country, a Christian country, and I believe I'm not. First of all, I'm not anti-vaccination, but for me, I am not going to have somebody force me to put something into my body that I do not agree with. First of all, we know the vaccine is still on trial right now. Why are they mandating it and pushing it for people to take it onto their bodies when they don't know the outcome of this vaccine yet? Oh, it's just spoiling me right now. Go ahead, Brenda.
I think this is a policy that they probably instituted with the health department for some reason. Reason probably we don't know. Do you think so, Dr. Ray? There has to be something that that they're doing this. I want to hear why they're doing that, you know.
Look, I tell you, at the end of the day, I'm not in the position to say
Yeah,
this type of answer. I think the Minister of Health or the CEO, they can answer.
answer.
But at the end of
Okay.
the day, I'm just like tell you what the policy is now in Tonga. Like for
Okay.
me now, this is my even important than ID, than my ID. This is my vaccination card. Like this is very important than even more than ID
That's right.
because everything you need to do, even if you go to the police station, you will not go in without showing the vaccination card.
It's
Oh,
it's
And
you
then
can't
you
go
can
shopping. You can't
very
go
sad.
shopping.
even to the police station. Like if
So
you get trapped or anything, if you have any problem and you want to report it to the police, you can report it by phone. But if you go to the police station by yourself, um, so this type, you can't go inside the police station without showing the vaccination card. Even if you have a problem in the court, like if you have a court case, okay, you can't go inside the court case without showing the vaccination card and without do the PCR test. So say you have a problem in the court and you must be attend to the court, You have to showing your vaccination card plus your PCR test that you are negative. Otherwise, you will not be in the court. They will not allow you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you have a problem there, if you have a lawyer or you are a lawyer, anything inside the courtroom must showing the vaccination card. Anywhere here, even the supermarket.
Yeah. That's what I
And
asked.
and if your family send you a money to MoneyGram or Western Union, you can't receive it without the vaccination card. And if
Oh,
your family send you assistance like food, water to Tonga, you can't receive it from the custom without showing the vaccination card. So if your family send you stuff to assist you with this uh, emergency situation we have from the eruption, you can't get the stuff without the vaccination. So that's why I'm telling you nowadays here, the vaccination card that's important even than you.
You
That's
know,
the latest news we have here.
what I think that's
are we repeating history here? That's how I look at it, you know?
I don't know the history of America
No,
because I'm Egyptian Australian.
I'm talking about back in the days of the Holocaust. They have people to show a yellow card, you know. So I mean, this is like them putting your freedom and your whereabouts in a little small box, you know. So that's how I look at it. But here in America right now, mandates are most of the court as sending it out from the courthouse. So, but I'm just so not happy to hear this from Tonga because this is very, very, very sad for me, Brenda, to know our country is this way.
well, you can direct a question of this sort to them, to the press slash Department of Health, you know, because I don't think they would put up this kind of policy without it being run through Department of Health CEO or the management, and let them come out and say why are they mandating this? Because now in here, people are carrying those cards around. You know, they do. They're given those cards to show
Yeah,
that you
but
have
not
been.
but people still have the choices, even though you carry those cards, but you
Oh
still have
yeah,
your choice,
yeah,
But
yeah.
now, I mean, because we know this whole thing is a fraudulent. To me, it's a crime against humanity. So, for me to see the Tongan people, putting their freedom in a little box, you can't do this because of that. I mean, come on, this to me, this is really, against humanity. I mean, the freedom. Somebody has to stand up for Tonga, and I would be, I'm hearing a mother from New Zealand who's so ready to move out of New Zealand because of the same thing, because their kids, her daughter, it's very frustrated, because she doesn't have COVID. She have no signs or symptoms of COVID, but she can't go to work because she exposed to COVID. So and we all know the reason behind COVID is not really COVID. It's all about pushing this vaccine. And I hope Tongan people will wake up and smell the roses.
Mm.
I know.
Sorry, the internet is there.
That's okay, Dr. Ray.
You don't have to. You already say your piece. You know, at the end of the day, you can't really, contradict, what
No,
is put forth.
what he was saying, because it's been on and off from the internet because it's cut. So,
What do you
but
mean?
anyway, what else is in Tonga apart from this COVID thing? But you know what? I'm surprised no one, even the courthouse, stand up and fight for the people. I wanted to see somebody who create a case against this one, and have people go in and ask, and fight for their freedom. Because this COVID will be gone. Who knows? The next 4 years they might come up with another one.
Mm.
But for me, I don't want to be a guinea pig. That's how I look at it. This is all trials of this vaccine, and it's not safe, and we all know that. And we listen to many, many doctors, including Dr. Ray, how this COVID is working the vaccine. But why they push it against people? All they have to remember, they're all going to be coming one day, you know, in front of the God of the universe and answer to God. How are they pushing this on the people?
Yeah. But again, that's the policies, and that's the law. So
Yeah.
and now the
Have they made
restaurant,
that a law, Dr. Ray?
it's
Or
all takeaway. There is no one eat inside. But again, to go inside the restaurant to have your takeaway, now
Dr. Ray, my question to you,
no wait. That
have they
if you
made that
have a
law yet?
takeaway, there is no one eat inside the restaurant. No, it's a law. I think it's a law.
Okay.
But I'm telling you now, to go inside the restaurant, you can't eat inside the restaurant. You just pick up your order. But before you pick up your order to go inside, you must show your vaccination card. So if you want to pick up your food from the restaurant, you must show your vaccination card. Otherwise, you can't pick up your food.
When they have the lockdown in America, Dr. Ray, most of the small businesses were not essential, so they shut down all the small businesses. But guess who was gaining more and more from this shutdown? The big corporation, the company like Amazon,
The
all
big
those big
business.
corporation, they were the one who gained from this. And all small businesses were shut down. And I tell you, many of the small businesses shut down in 2020
But
are
I tell you,
never
for
survived,
example, like here, no, for example, okay, I tell you, you send me stuff through Amazon, okay, but I can't get it if I'm not vaccinated.
Oh
It
my
will be
goodness.
here till it's be like expired or turn back, or to be I vaccinated. So
Wow.
even any delivery, anything, you must show your vaccination card.
That's very sad to me. That's very sad to me. I
Like
mean,
if you send me stuff from America by DHL or by anything, I can't get it without vaccination card.
yeah, that's very sad. I mean, that's one thing
Like
about
for
this.
example, how can you go inside the post office? Even the post office, you can't go inside the post office without vaccination card. So
Wow.
anything that that's what I told you, the vaccination card, like you hold it like this around your neck because it's important than you.
Wow.
You must show your vaccination card anywhere,
Wow.
even for delivery, for anything. You must show your vaccination card. The only thing you can't, like, when you go and put petrol in your car, they not ask for vaccination card because you be inside the car. But all the other, you must show your vaccination card.
Wow.
You must.
I'm very sad to hear that, Dr. Ray, because look like they want people to look like they just take away the life of people, a lot of people.
But there's the life here now.
Mm. Brenda, unmute yourself, please. Dr. Ray
I
having
had to put
trouble
on.
with
I had to
Dr. Ray
put.
having trouble with his internet. Oh, he's gonna be on and off, but
Oh,
go
okay.
ahead, Brenda. Let's talk about this. I'm sad to see
I'm.
Tonga.
I'm. Yeah. Okay. So Ko mea pe ko tokanga o ke ai, o ke ai ai uhinga ia o kunau mahalo it has to do with moyanga ko ni ai and now receive ko ni merchandise o atu mimuri. They have to stipulate something que lava que smooth yang and now umaye umi ako ni hange ko umi ako ni me akai moha. There has to be something major for them. Hinakai ke na ta no pehe o ku
Mm.
stipulation ku pau ke pehe kai ke pehe, you know.
Mm.
But we never heard
That's why I don't. Their conference is only like a few. There's for me, Brenda. There's nothing behind this, but they suck into this, you know, world of dictatorship. That's how I look at it, and nobody stood up for this one. You know, that's how I look at it. Brenda, unmute yourself, please.
I just want to see if you can clarify your reason of disagreeing with the upcoming policy, with their policy now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
we
hear you
can.
now, Dr. Ray.
Because according to me, um, I think to me, Okuyai, there has to be a major reason, Dr. A, why they make it to be stipulated for people to show their cards in order for them to go to the bank, to show their card to get their food, show their card. There are too many things. There has to be only for health related policy, not for everything else. It has to be just for the vaccination.
Okay, Dr. Ray. Did you hear what Brenda was saying? Okay. Uh, you know, I tell you one thing, Brenda.
Okay.
If that's not what it is for, I tell you, then why people have to show vaccination card when they go to church? Tell me what's the
He
reason?
included church in there.
Yes, because I know Aspar from New Zealand telling me she went to
Oh,
church
okay.
and she could not even go into church because she's not vaccinated. They have to send her home.
This is
You
New
know.
Zealand, huh?
Yes, but
But
then now
Tonga
we
is the
realize
same.
Dr. Ray was saying you can't go anywhere without vaccination card. You can't go and pick up your money from the bank. You can't go into, even
Yeah.
go buy any grocery store without the card. They're not going to serve you if you don't show up with this stuff. Now, even in the hospital is not going to take you if you're not vaccinated. This is to me, it's, you know,
Hangi akom New Zealand. Hangat tau lere. Ay, yeah. Ah, I absolutely don't understand what is this new obsession with changing their policy and rules.
go ahead, Brenda. I'm looking at somebody to make a comment here and I want to find out.
Okay. O tau o vare mau pe foki I he ngahi whetong tongi o mai. Eh?
Oh, yeah.
Pea o ku tonu pea ke nau all together o ai pe ko tonga pe. Koe mea a tonga o kai kwa decision ia a tonga toko taha pe. Pau pe ku kau ke me u whanua ke he mea whakafolau. You know what I mean? Na wa o mai ki tonga ko tala turewa ngahi rule for o koe ni. So what do you do? My son is going to be arriving in there. He's leaving on Saturday, you know. I have to let him know that, you know. O se ai pe ne ka te huhu ana ia, but you know, for him to go here and there to get his stuff done, you know, he has to show it.
Right, right. Like what Dr. Ray is saying,
Yeah.
he has to show, For me, I'm gonna look. For me, the way I look at it right now is like, let's wait for the next 4 to 5 years, and we'll see what's the outcome of this vaccination, because it's still in a trial right now. Anyway, you know, it's. I mean, but not only that, there's a choice that people can have. You can go and do natural treatment. You don't have to just vaccinate it. You know what I'm saying? So what happened with that? Why can you give the people the choice? Allotherapeutic, do some kind of treatment with this, natural, or you go vaccine. So you have two options. You still have the same outcome. It's still gonna protect you and gonna help you to be more healthier. You know what I'm saying? So why can't Tonga give their choices to the people? Go have the treatment. But I heard today, I think I'm not sure of a press conference on the Fika Fiha. I famatala mai he minista ene KC o arifo me he wangau balafitu o te au tolu. Praise be to God for that one. Okay.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
at the same time, I think what they need to raise is the personal responsibility for the people. They need to give the people the personal responsibility. Hage ko he whaonga goe ai ko wana goe o South Dakota. Okay. We have to remember, life is not just you lock you down. People, you have to put food on the table. You have to have a roof over your head. You know, so now kapag the book and I can't get the algae from Haki. Kalama Dr. Ray can forget the algae from Haki. They can't treat you if you don't have vaccination. So I'm kind of sad about that, but I'm gonna give it back to you, Brenda, while I'm trying to see because
Yeah,
some.
that yeah. We have mixed messages e me ako ini.
Oh
Ke
yeah.
kono uhinga na tau sia pe ke na conference o kuna lava pe ke whakamantala I why they're putting this new law up.
Oh
Because
yeah.
why they're they're adding in a statute over yang in a vaccination. Ka koe te sio atu koe high reason og now mandate ai kati, you know. You have to be vaccinated. Everybody have to be vaccinated. Koe foi mea ia ko o kai ke ilo I.
Mm,
Ko inga he na tau whaia tau toria he mea ke he kai. He kai hala e whakamatara Dr. Ray he kono inga o ku almu ni kāti o show me o koe uhinga o Dr. Ray ku mahu inga nge kāti yourself.
yes,
This
that's what
card
we.
have to be showed in order for you to get your food.
Right.
Showed in order for you to go to church.
Right.
Aya koe uhinga.
Kanusila ia na uhingat ko kaya ay te eke fa papa ito ka kanusila ia na so papa me espada alu ke fenge alu lot. Pe ala te ke kwa gitari ke ala lot kwa ke hu fokia. So that's New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Io he oku ka ku te sia pe ki tai oku fu na tau pepe e crawl e maha ki tonga like wildfire. He? He ko inga ko ni hua tuen o ma uito. O ko ni au diminish e ko ngā lahi au e kakai ko na e
And you know
pepe.
why? Because the organizers diminish pay, te keke a wiki tonga. And I tell you, te kia wa te ki tonga ko, hae ko lau ko mea, ko hiku hiku ya.
E.
And I also diminish pay for kia, and I was downgrade pay now dolu ya. Oku, You know, I think that's what it is. Mati ko tong hapeta hayan niyo to gya wat ko kya tanimi ko os kamata os ete mi maman. Ko ni ko ta fana when it drop I mass mentality ay mainan, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Ko nga
yeah.
he ko osi
Ko siya ahon.
no, but this is what I'm trying to say, Brenda. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why I'm against this one. Ko ulagi be ko freedom. Okay? Ko tongan ay forget tau tayo nakakato ito po ulag. Fika wape ko science. Eh? Behind the science right now, we have to look at it. But fika to lupe ko data. Okay? So those free combination, don't like don't make a decision based on that one, you know. But don't do it because some other country in the world are giving. Remember, ko tuk fonwa na may tuk fonwa ito po ulagi Kotonga ko lang ipep de malu ibatonga. Pagkita malu ya fonua ke. O de mo to fa on ke u fonua ko na go. Go mai ka me you and na mo me a. Because majority of those countries they're not Christian, you know. Fenya mo to ke mo fa on pe mo to ka si ho ke mai tu to ni mo fa le lo tonga mo me ko to. O te mo wala ke ta tai na ka kai. You know? O te mo wala ke ta tai na ka kai. He ka me na fa pe si ho ba. It's only God given that one. So they better be looking at the data, looking at the science, you know, looking at the freedom. Do not touch the people's freedom, you know. You know, so but that's my 2 cents, Brenda. Give it back to you, Kamata for Hiva.
Ai hata fo hiva ke taki moko kiai.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, taki relax kiai.
Okay, back to you, Brenda. You
Ko
know,
ia, ko
mm,
e line o ku maoni au pito peho lau au he. Ka ko au ia ko ilo e au ia he. You know, sometimes e tu peha tahe e kaurita o tonga o just put something out. Pe aska later on ia o ilo, there was a reason behind that policy. He na nau talano ape na kai kita whanoa a mandate ko ni. Na nau o hang of kotu. You know, they do
manantu
that.
fagi na tege forever. Mante ka mentet ko tope na toton fag tege ke ave na si ave falelea. Mas
Right.
Isian na si ave falelea. Na tege panam kita una fata hamai.
No,
Mm.
no. Ko ngai mea ia ko confuse ai media. Na aku kehe mea tala ke he kakaipe a kehe mea o mai ki he media. And that's the not right process ko te nau whai.
Yeah.
Ko mix disinformation le vai o mai ke si kakai. Pea o
No,
ku mana tui o ku mei hanga pe nau toria o whakamalohi e kakai ake nau ngai and you know, and words pass around in Tonga so fast. Now aloha tau ia pe talamai ia kua pau ke show e kāti kai ke hua ke lotu.
now see why now see he happen in one of the news
Mm.
na tohi mai ko tangata eiki na alu ke Western Union ni
Ko
ke
ia.
mai ene paanga pe atia pa te kau he security ke pake ngofua ke huange ko ngako ka kane vaccination card, but this is like a older they put his picture. Okay, of course the security is going to do his job. Okay, he's just gonna enforce what he's told by his boss. But what I'm saying, the leaders are the one who need somebody have to stand up for these leaders in Tonga. I mean, katangata eke ko ini. How many days of his life? Don't you know? Don't make a policy that will affect the people like that because they already make up their mind. Nangepeko orive. He make up his mind. He's not gonna move from his house and his
Right.
place.
Yeah.
So think about those people. Okay, what you need to do is to focus back or make a policy for these people. Ke lava ke now owa na wesia mo na toluai. Owa I hope policy ke fa palatahape. The way I look at it. Okay, there are people, okay, I'm okay with vaccination. Okay, the policy works for me. But how about those who are not okay with that? You know, I have a policy que palanisi leva hotaki, que lava que o talamai he tohi kana palo veape, o wana ke hanga o whai hamea ke kakai the least of you, ke poor people. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading that proverb, but I'm going to bring it on our next show.
Okay.
Hektamai o tua ki follow my otua. When you don't do good to the poor, the God is the maker of the poor and the rich. Remember that, Tonga. Okay? If you try only your policy for the rich or the vaccination, remember the poor and the people who don't want to do this because God is the maker to both the rich and the poor. And God will give you back what is, the best judgment for our life. I'm telling you because I had this discussion all day with a spouse from New Zealand, how she felt like the country of New Zealand are so dictatorship right now. They can't even do anything themselves in New Zealand right now. Same thing, you know. So then we need to and you know pakisio le ki New Zealand ai kamata ko na ke arife ka kai o laka fahaha ko nga ka ngai policy ko ni, you know. Wa when ki kanata tau sio ni kanata ki ai, you know. And we know most of these leaders are socialists, you know, of like now all dictatorship the way I look at it, you know. So, but I'm worried about the poor and the needy and the little one of Tonga, you know, that are affecting from this one. Hongay ko kita nga tayo ko na alu ko ni kia Western Union peko fe ito na alu kaya kaya lama ya umay anything. He can't get his money, you know. And I cannot wait to have Gabriel get into this show because I know Gabriel was talking about collapse of this world, and I tell you, the collapse of this world is not gonna come from the nature, from the disaster going to Taoyai. The collapse of the world will come from dictatorship, you know. And look at that. Now they are trying to minimize, you know, the proximity of where you're going, your whereabout, or everything, you know. I think that's where it is, you know. But I'm telling you right now, Brenda, I'll give it back to you for you know. Sabi na mi te kayu to ya te huma Dr. Ray. I think we're gonna have a because he's picking up his brother-in-law, and I think because of the internet. Okay, one more thing, Brenda, before you come
Yeah.
and say something because I was listening to Palemia.
Okay.
Na whananga e pare mea ke tā no koe ai for satellite ni mano koe na mai koe ne mea. And I'm glad, Brenda, we have a show so we can speak our mind
Mhm.
and you know na pe pare mea na osi launch ya koe kela poko conference koe ni na fai ane it very
When? Yeah.
recently
Mhm.
yana launch koe ne SpaceX, okay? Pela me pare mea. Because SpaceX ko ni e photo ki baba o hapai all the islanders, okay? The inter islands. Ka kune pehe eia o ku ange forget free. And it's gonna give a lot of people the free. But ta concern le maya ke o ka ta ko ni hango TCC mo TCL mo halfway o ka ta ko ke polo ka atonga ko make money. And I said to myself, you sitting there as a prime minister, you also are people's representative. Who are you going to represent? Why don't you just go with the free stuff, give to the people now of Tonga, let nobody pay for internet? Why do you worry about digital and all of those companies? Those companies have been making money kay paanga at Tonga for a long time. It's about time for them to get out of Tonga. You know what I'm saying? Why they are still needing to make money, why the pandemia is like concerning about them. That's my question to him. For me, I rather have the SpaceX give people of Tonga free internet for life because that's what Elon Musk is offering for Tonga. Why the Prime Minister not worry about the other
Koe,
commercial company, you know?
koe me aia koe na mention ki mua. Koe me
Oh
koe
yeah.
na mention pe ki mua aupito. Ko taipe ko hu mai paanga, pe taimi ko hu mai koroa, taimi o ko hu mai ai mea ki tonga o kai ko ha mea a tonga, ka koe mea ki o mai ko charity for people that are not affording all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
O ko hanga nao tolo puke pa to chache ka kai.
Yes.
Pero some. Pea koe, o mai koe paanga, o ku raki tufa ki he kautaki koe, o ka fofonga o u,
He
uh,
said that. He said that today. Yes.
yeah. And so, to me, I'm a charity ke kakai. You know, there are other people's stuff. Pero i kai ke totonu ke na hanga na to warehouse i, pe na manage micromanage he mea o atu ma ai kakai he ko by goodness sakes o don't get out iloi ko u mea kona na o atu ai u funua ke heki tonga ko e nau charity he ko kakai ko ni o mau e nau paanga he tufa he kakai milionia e nau paanga o tuki he puri anga ke tokon ki a hai tokon ke ke nau policy ke nau me a koe ke tokon ki kakai ke he pe mo ufonua fra ofa. Every country is set up in our polokalama tokoni. O koe ka polokalama e tokoni a Tonga. He kai ke nau si whakau I pua mo ka nau whakau for themselves. And I hope koe tokon ki Tonga na tau whe talanoa aki pe mo me kotoa. O ko kai ke nau micromanage like that. Ke o atu pe nau toi hanga pe nau tolo pure I pe nau toi direct pe toi mandate pe toi puti mo policy ki ai. Why? Ka pau yeah, makes us feel
Yeah,
I have questions. You know,
yes,
I don't want to make a script out to everybody. I have questions and I want them to answer and I want the people to hear it. You
right,
know what I
right.
mean? I want people to hear it. He kono ngak about the now talamai, the now tamai now to penta. No peko America lahi. O mo sai peki mo to tukuno ia imatonga sia ko now for a shortcut ia o futa a fair ia ke he. It's not a fair call for the people of Tonga. Ko mea ko ilo ia. This money, this koloa, offer me ma money fully pe ko o atu ia ke si ave ke kakai ke mau nau mo ui ke nau malanga ki olunga mau ki pe set e nau mo ui I o tau fonua ko o atu ata not to make more money by these people.
No,
You
no.
know?
Kako me ko ni prenta na whanau ko ke ne. Na whanau ke me ko na ke launa takiwa mano ai whafofonga wharerea.
Yeah.
Pete atu mo koloa ai whafonga wharerea ke alo tufa. You know, o hange ko lau ko ki mo atu, ko whaura ki hala ia, hono ange wa mano ke whafonga wharerea.
Yes.
Why give the whafonga wharerea? Why don't you just give the people to come and pick up a check?
Ko e wa mano ia a Tonga na kai ki pehe mai a ka minista ke ave wara. No. Ko Tonga pa nau pehe ke nau manage and Nemo has to manage this. Oh my gosh.
Maratui whaki prenta ko tonga ko whafonga wharerea, mo minister is one body. Ko fo isino peta. Just remember that. Okay? Ko
Mhm.
tango to ko kon paremea o pe mai ko o ave ke ka whafonga. Come on, you are also the whafonga na fili mai ko kiloto. Just remember that. Okay, ka uhinga mai ke pe mai ko na ave ke ka whafonga. Remember that. Ko ka minista ka to ko ka whafonga pe ya. You know?
Kau
Ko
ke
na to
ilo
ko
rini.
ai kai ho na ai wa mano, you know?
Io. Koe,
I wish I
koe,
was sitting there. I can ask them, you know.
io. O koe kamata I corruption. Koe mea ko tope kamata I corruption. Pe koe
Right.
corruptive. Pe koe corrupt. Ai kakai taki.
Mm.
Koe kai ke nau manage. Ai mea koe o atu. Ave mea asisa ki asisa.
Go yeah.
Koe charity koe ni ai ufonua. O tonu ke aka tonga ia he kautaki e ngahi mea koe ia. He? You know? O hai, as pa hai Brenda. Whakaofa koe kakai hono ngahi pehe. I what a shame with a government like that. Io. So ange,
Yes.
ko mea rewa hoko. It's lea rewa kakai o mai in our opinion. Eh?
Yes.
Ka
Yes.
oku, ko mea mahalo oku na wako na tau he mea ko whai he kausi ai nā ki Tonga. Eh?
No,
Ko nau o mai,
I don't want to be just to go keep back out here. No, I tell
no,
you
no,
that, you
no.
know. But we
Koe
don't want
kuhinga pe aku ia, koe kuhinga pe aku ia, o whai pe Amerikani. Don't be an Indian giver.
to.
Eh? Ke o mai mea pa ke ave pa ke te expect e koe ha mea mi ai. Eh?
Oh, yeah.
No, koe foi direct concept pe ia mea koe ni. Koe mea a koe, hange koe siasko ni o kou kau ki ai. Koe mea ko toa ku nau ave koe ave expectation ai siasi oku si ia usia e toko taha kotoa he mea o atu I Tonga. He koe uhinga I e polo kalama koe ni koe tufaki, koe ofa ki Tonga. Pea koe ofa koe ia o atle vai koe fo itimi koe ni Tonga. Koe whehui lewa, how do you disperse this appropriately ke kakai ke sia ke a ke whare kotoa pē. Tako kunau polisi e nau tore mea koe ni, sangi?
Yes, yes.
And so that's the thing that will be questioned by the people. Kakai koe nau si whiri ki mō tolu ke mō ki loto. Pea mui kau mitia koe nau support ki mō tolu, make sure oku, you know, that you're doing good, mui fair, pea, you know, make sure oku au totonu ho mo whakahoko mo ngā we, ki si kakai koe ni oku, kai ke miaha nau mea, kau low income, e kau kakai koe ni oku kai ke iaiha nau whainga future, you know, but see, we still have questions about these.
Ako, you know, I'm glad that taki over time pe prenda, but I'm glad that kita tala no ke me ako ni he kumau
No,
inga
that's
aupito.
fine. Yeah.
Katiao kumau inga ia katiao he because we are media, we really have to to bring out something ke kabao ke lava hataha I fonua o stand up. Kamen ta ko surprise ia ko itonga. Kaya haloya pe ko hataha ke tu ha ke or get all the people that are against the vaccine and fight against this one. That's what I'm surprised me. You know, someone has to be stand up and say, hey, there's some little people here who are against this one and they need to fight for their right because they also have a right for the same freedom that you were, you know, that's why I'm surprised quite itonga. But yes, Aspao, yeah, what a shame, you know. Kaya nga itaw siya gani. Only hope you make it in to, you know, join us. Kaya daw tala no kaya mekoni because I know you go through the same thing in New Zealand. I go hoko itonga, you know. Kaya mekoni oku. I'm surprised and I'm so grateful that I'm not in the country of Tonga anymore, you know, because I'm living in USA. It's for me the best country in the world because you can exercise your freedom here, you know, and
I he
then
lea whakaukau pia mohono po aki ki ko.
exactly, you know,
Mm.
in the right way, you know. Kako kuhinga pe akuya ki I mean, we are Tonga World News, Brenda, and we need to stand up for the little people who don't have a voice to speak, yeah, and we know that, you know. So, uh, but kagoyanga ko ek whanongo koe ki he konfernisko ane nai Brenda, o hange ko lau, koe whai ula ki whihala ki pe a tuwha wamano koe e kautaki ia, he? Ka pehe whaka na to nei koe awe wamano koe ke tuwha ke kakai.
No.
And I need to see a report of how many families received that money already. Ka unau pehe whaki, koe hanga ka tau na tari Minister Health na ne pehe ia, koe whai family koe wangeau, he? Family wangeau, tole te au koe wamano ia. So, then tell me leva if I want para area and Minister of Health, kua uhogi district o family wangyao. You know what I'm saying? I bet some district don't even have 200 families, you know, in there. Hey, Brenda, eh? So,
No. Ika,
you
moana
know what I'm
puto
saying?
ia. Eh.
If he calculating 200 families to $100 for the uhila, okay, I thought that money for the Uhila was different from the money that given to the Fafufang Falelea, you know. But now I'm hearing the Minister Moui on a pay a Fafufa Kotola Tiago and Adgo Uhila, family Wangyao, Koiwamanoya. But my question to him, how many families in your district, you know? Is your district have 200 families?
Kai ka koe mea ko hala he ni lea ana. Koe whai mea ene whai koe kia I paropare ma koe ni. Ko ene tafa aki.
Oh,
Eh?
yeah.
Na
Mm.
e tonu au pito pe ke o area ki he disperse ko ene pa anga. Pea moe process ko ia. Lea
Oh,
pe
yeah.
I help ke lau ke tau whi mahino aki.
Oh,
Koe
yeah.
hai uhinga o kai ke oange ai e right e kakai ko ene o unau si
Kai
o
now fear.
io.
Yes.
Ko I ngā ke mahino.
Imagino,
Ie
exactly.
mahino. Pea ka pau o ku kaike na iaha na utari na to they better in heck try to get an answer, you know. He kono uhinga koe tau tala noa ko ni o whanongo mai kakai.
Yes.
Pea o kunau
Yes.
mamahi he kuan iha unau mato aki rifia mana te tāno atu koe ai ki motua se apani koe ne hau pe koe motua matakari. Na si
Koia.
o mai ke hohu. Ai ne siat pe ana ke o te ke ofi mai ne sia mo me a hohu. Ako o si tangi pe ia tō ki lalo, but he's a grown, older, elderly man. Ka pau ko e nei fia e he sio pe ke mea huhu. Ua noa ka hue mea huhu I hono kiri. Eh?
Koia. Koia.
Mahalo ko si ni malo roa I pe ia. You know, anga
Exactly.
you know, because
Exactly.
fear can really take you out. You know?
Kay mga ano ko of lao may kaya de aspaw. Kay mo ni aupito. They were given the tsunami and the what do you call that? May haka piao pa may mo ungafi. And I know for sure ko haka COVID ko tesi hano tolu ka Tonga. Eh? That's right. That's all right, aspaw, eh?
Ko ia. No wonder why the patoa was so angry for years. I awegi for nua kai paanga ko toe hake tahi I kaike na wako. Koe mon aupito ia. Mon aupito pe ia he kono uhinga. O I kai ko e o atu e paanga e ufonua koe o atu ke reach ai ha tahai Tonga. It's for the
No,
people
it's
of
for the
Tonga.
people. Right, right.
Ki he langa. Ke fotuha anau whare me akai. Mo e me akotoa ke o mai umi ake tufa.
Go yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for the... Tau sio I Amerikani. O kutu e ai ngahi fupuha pe o kutu e parking lot koto ape u businessi. Ke donation ai kakai. Pea o mai rewa kakai ha nau tolu e responsibilities ko nio o ave u mea. Si ave o fo, pe ave o ngahi, pe ave pe si ship all over the world. Eh? So,
Now, I am at that Pintana. I kind of wanted to look at my notes, and I took a notes. Na me tanda na lave ki ai io kana pega ka tu faka e ni mo eh
mm,
o tamai ta pe ange ko tau tolu unipif ka pa e ala tu ta me da to ki Dr. Ray mo sisi o ku kei o tamai pe ka na tole ai e ka le sisi mo Dr. Ray be part of the committee they still work with the Nemo to make sure the stuff is distributed correctly. Eh?
mm.
So ko kautona. Yeah, that's what the word they use. Now pena to ko kautona, o wai pe na representative
I Tonga.
o whenga ak pe mo Nemo can make
Mm,
sure pe o distribute and our koloa, accordingly. Eh?
mm.
Ka ku ne pehe whakaia o ku kamata whai langa, he pare mea kamata whai langa he wiki koe ni ka hao, maha pako weekend. I'm not sure pako conference ko dai whani pe. Aia ka whai tau pehe whai whamiri koe nima ko osi na whengau ake e kamata ke langa o nau whare, eh? So, I remember whaki na prefab pe o whare ko na mai me siaina ko whi whare ni mangiao. So, don't know that, but look like maybe some family pe umotu ko ne mea na ke fie foki pe na toko na umotu, eh?
Yeah.
Uh, so which is ka te nau whengau ake ke nau maha ke liliu e ua te nofo mai ki matata he ka nau nofo ki uta, eh?
Mm.
So, o to ki tataha atu ki loto instead of ka koe but that's a thing that we just wanted to bring the awareness for the Tongan. For me, I'm always for the freedom. But say ke taki ko e tahine ko ko wana ko or South Dakota, I really tip my head for that lady. She's very, very
She
intelligent.
is for the people, and the
Yes, she is for
people
the people. Yes.
they put her onto her seat.
Yes.
Now expectation ben oku very very beautifully done he dahini. Eh? O
Mm-hmm.
now mai o koe aia koe for I ngawe tu ki mu aia ana gene make sure oku ni whakahoko tatau hono in the plan of action pe musi expectation e kakai.
Go
Na
ahead.
now whiri au ke hoko ko na whakafofonga.
Go ahead.
And I hope I'm doing my best ke now
Yes. And I
satisfied.
think she did a good job with what she did,
Yeah, yeah.
because hangai ko labi ka nai ko fai me ala la he tolu nai nga ko tai de. Ulaki ko freedom. Na ne
Mm-hmm.
consult level sika ko men na de ke fano ko itonga. Ke na consultant pe mo tau pe pe mo ateni seniare atonga. Eh? What law that I cannot touch, I cannot do, and you know what I'm saying? But do ko taki ko tope fa phone ko tope o ha ina to he lao,
Yeah,
Ko lao fica laki ko na fake ko ni studone kupu laki ko ni studone dai val fit ni ma ko atonga na fake ta na ka kato ke tangata, Ke tangata
yes,
tonga.
yes.
Ko me na to don ke tangu te fa fo nga ye pe mo attention yale ko he ta ko fe allow. How am I going to do this without even breaking allow ko ya,
Mm-hmm.
Kaya ka na fai ko he tahine. Consult ya pa mena kau lawyer ko ke konistuto ne o Amerikani ke ona hanga o step allow o ke ko fe hono mafai o ngata ife, Remember,
Mm-hmm.
pe osipe ko ya pen hanga o siok he data by siok he science, and then she make the decision right there. And I'm hoping that Tonga is doing the same thing. Can I adopt the same model ke kakai? Because I'm so sad that we are Brenda to see fefe fangi. You know what? Na ula before ke tau programa ko ni ko si ke ki fefe ne ko ni na pehena ka ke ha nge toko ni ki ai. I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, she might have never go for the ask for help because she don't have a vaccination card. I guarantee you there's some people who's sitting at home, they rather die and stay at home than go anywhere because of what you have now got the vaccination.
That's right.
So
Yeah. Morning, aupito. Kai ofa pe e a watu ai me akon fai ke tala noa he ko tu pe o fa me mai pare mia he ko mau ex student fokia pana isi aton. And I did have his email ka fetongia, I think. He ko
yeah,
toto email at o kai ke tari mai, so I'm gonna get maybe Amelia Kinahoi can send it to me, you
okay,
know. Yeah. He ko whemau pe ke atu pe concern ko ia ai. Pea mo tau tolu pe he media. We
right.
need to know ko hai mea o very, very liable ke tau discuss whikau aki / for the people of Tonga in reference ki he huhu.
Go
Pea
ahead.
mo now right as Tongans.
It's a
You
Tongans, right?
know.
Okay.
So,
Ate ta fohiva ko ni kita fa sa ke penta.
okay.
Before I do that, ke ate ta fa malo pe mo ta.
Yeah. O te whakamaro o lo te honga mon ke mo ke mea mai ke tau polkarama, tau ki ova ake lau miniti pe, ka kua te mau ofa mo whakamaro e te motor o mo mea mai ke he po tatala whakahauka he pōni, pea whakamorimore ain ka pau o ke harea o mahehei mi he nomoro, ka koe tala pe whaka te motor, tong kotoa pe, mo ni i kotoa pe, mo whimau ke mo donate ki he campaign koe ni ai tokoni ki Tonga. Ko ia e te teo ke ave contain a Unipif ki Tonga, container ki Tonga. Ka ki mo tolo ko te ke make up homo mine. Here is the information here. O kulera tu pe i he mau charting he whiawhini. Ai a koe we're accepting relief donations to help Tonga uh, uh,
Rebuild.
rebuild my sponsorship for Kenya and Nopi. Pea ko ia kai o vare pe kai ke lava sio ta au ko sio.
It's okay.
But anyways, so we are the TWN network, Tonga World News.
Mhm.
Mau kore atu ka pau ke ha mo tokoni, we will accept it and send it to Tonga as part of the relief donations koini.
Right.
Pea pea ko ia te mau o atu pe tu unga o ku iai e tokoni koini pea mo e taimi ko mo e process ko ave ki Tonga. Ka koe mau linkin https://givebutter.com/rebuild Tonga. Oh, that's beautiful. So that's what we're doing. Pea paure wau ka ha mo o te mo li fia hono whai ho mo toko ni ko e mea ia u tau whai ma pe tato i mea koni ko e tau awe ho e tau o wha toko ni ki ha tā charity. Pea koe mantu e pe koe o tua ko e ni ngawe ia na e whai ma hono kakai ko e ni tufa, awe, mana, mea kotoa ke si mo u ia e whanau. E ne whanau he funga maa mani koe ni. So do the same. And this is tau goal in ke awe pe ki tong hare container tua tahe mahina o tua tahe mahina ua. However you know you can send it ke si tokon ke kakai mo e whanau, please do. Call mai ke te
Yes.
maua pe iai ha mo tohi mai pe he link koe ni ke o ko atu ke tau tokoni. Ko iai ko a
Yeah.
Brenda ko ngai ka malo ho mumi a mai mumi a o whalahi ai. Malo.
Stuff we love.
Sarui kambu yawa, iya, au
Kaya ko lawat daw program ke poni ko Emily ni fa amunite mo mea. Good night.